What's going on with Fantano? Let's see what's going on, man. Anthony Fantano, one of those guys who is a soapbox warrior. I haven't really paid attention. I've seen Akademiks TV post a few things about him. The guy's a bum to me. Like, he's just pandering and trying to like placate to like this audience. Also, he's one of those people where, you know, they say he who hath no sin cast the first stone. He's one of those people who act like he's perfect, right? Me and him didn't have a bad relationship. Initially, we did even content together when we first just, you know, were on the platform of YouTube together. However, over time, some of the opinions of mine, when they didn't align with his opinions, he started calling me a piece of shit. He started speaking negatively of me. He would take a story or a topic out of context and then just build out onto his narrative because it seemed to put him in the light of, I'm a good guy. And a lot of these guys be jealous. Like, you know, these guys are on the media list. Not that it really matters. They'll see me at number 2 and they're at number whatever, and they're mad. Yo, this guy's a cancer to the culture. Why he's a piece of shit? Why do people platform him? Why do this? Like, it's jealousy and hatred just bottled within. It destroys their soul. So again, for me, you know, we just talked about Gilbert Arenas. He's not a perfect dude. You know what I mean? I'm not here sitting like, I know mad people who kind of in and around a way did that. It's not really legal. But, like, it's not the biggest crime you could commit. And usually the police ain't even looking for it. It's like running a red light. Not saying it's just equivalent to running a red light. But that gambling stuff, like, the feds ain't spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to catch you making $40,000 on some rakes back. You know what I mean? Whatever. But this Anthony Fantano dude, he acts like he's perfect. He's the first one to turn his nose up at people. He's very judgmental. He was one of the people damn near, I don't know if he said it directly, but he was basically damn near calling Drake a predator, right? He was co-signing everything Kendrick said. He's one of those guys too, and I hate these people. Not because you're a white person in hip-hop means you have to bootlick the most pro-black guy because it makes you seem like you're more cultural. You could disagree with that person. You could also like MGK. You could like Eminem if you want. You could like Drake if you want to, but oftentimes these guys who are white and they want acceptance into the culture so bad, they're only in the pocket or the corner of the most pro-black guys. Why? Sometimes I think it's like, you know, it's like a sleight of hand, a misdirection to get the focus off of the fact that you're a white dude consuming hip hop. You know, they try to they either try to placate or sometimes they'll pander to the most ignorant parts of hip hop or the most pro-black. Definitely those they try to have some solace in. So let me Google what's going on with this guy, Anthony Fantano. What's going on? Is there a video on this? I don't know. Or Grant, you tell me. Grant, text me, nigga. Text me. By the way, he's also the person, right? It's interesting, like now all these YouTube titles come out like, so-and-so is cooked, you know? Because Anthony Fantano is one of the people that starts up the woke mob. Yo, this guy is done. His life is over. This blah, 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 blah. He's one of the people who you make a mistake, he wants you to go away for life because he acts like he's never made a mistake, right? And if you judge him with the same lens, he's the first person to call victim. So let me figure out what's the drama around him.
What up, everybody?
I don't know who this content creator is, but hopefully he does a good job breaking it down. Let's hear it.
Welcome back to the channel, and we got a lot to talk about because it looks like everybody's favorite white hip-hop critic, Anthony Fantano, is getting his back kicked in. You know, a lot of people have been feeling different ways about Anthony Fantano for a while, you know, saying his takes are a little much or he just targets specific rappers and everything. But I've always thought he was pretty impartial with a lot of his stuff, and his takes have been pretty good. All his takes, except for this one.
Who in quotes that to death.
Is it just me, or does he sound like he has a lot of practice saying those words? Now, to be fair, this soundbite is taken out of context. He's obviously quoting somebody else, but as somebody who's part of the culture, it's up to him to be smart enough to realize he shouldn't be using certain words, regardless of context.
Now, I'm glad this guy said that, right? Now, number one, you know, I'm always going to be fair. These guys give me no, you know, with them, they're like, axe a child groomer. Like, they have no context. They're not going to be like, yo, maybe you shouldn't say that. But, like, in bigger context, niggas joking around type shit. No. They jump to the most extreme because the most extreme and these, like, you know, these words to kind of get you, like, it's like they want to get you out of here, right? To be very clear, I listened to this clip. I think Akademiks TV had posted it. It doesn't seem like he's just saying it. It does seem like he's he's kind of like, repeating something of whatever was said. And that is a little bit of context that, because I just don't give a fuck to, like, maybe if I was a smaller creator, I would just be like, I just got to do a hit list. No. So there's some context to that, right? However, this is the guy. Anthony Fantano is the guy he's the person who knows about sensitivity. He's one of the white guys who could tell you more about black shit than black people, or this is kind of how he parades himself, right? He'll shame black people and use other black people to anyway, whatever. The point is this, he's not the person to be saying this even in that context. He's supposed to say the N-word. He's supposed to say the F-word. But also, and I'll give this context, and I'm giving excuses that if he was a normal person, not like a witch hunting bitch, I would probably give him these excuses. But you can't give a person this excuse because he's acting like he's been perfect his whole life. I would probably say, there was a time in hip hop that, the N-word never cool, but the F-word, I know I've heard Cam say the F-word. There's songs Cam said the F-word in. Now people have kind of like cleansed their language where people don't say the F-word, they just say the F-word, if you get what I mean. So maybe I could say, this was older, where if he's quoting somebody, people maybe at that time wouldn't look at him weird by saying, not going to say the N-word. The N-word is crazy. But the F-word, be like, whatever. But this is the guy who's act like, he wanted people to act like he's perfect. So we got to cook him like he's perfect, right? He who acts perfect needs to be perfect. So let's keep it going.
Context or not. He's not black. He's a guest here. If this was where it ended, I don't think I really would have cared very much, to be honest with you. I actually had to re-record this video because at first this is all that I saw. But then once I went on Twitter again and saw the other things that were resurfaced, I had to bring it up. Check it out here.
Dude, fuck Trayvon. I was thinking Trey Melvin. I had a big thing with Trey Melvin.
Trayvon Martin.
It's all these fucking black names, dude. I get confused.
Whoa!
These are the types of issues.
Yo, what a surprise. I keep telling you, listen, there's a lot of, and by the way, he falls up under this like dark Kenny weirdo type of lane too. A lot of these dudes that are these white guys who are super like into trying to solidify this super pro-black agenda, right? Because put like this, they'll look at me like I'm a sellout, right? You'll have white dudes who are like, no, we fuck with Kendrick. He's right. Drake isn't like us. And I'm like, what do you mean like us? You're white. And it'd be like, well, like Kendrick. And it'd be like, well, if you like Drake, you like the other shit. And I'm like, but you're white. A lot of times they're closeted racists who they realize the best way to take the heat or the pressure off of maybe their past actions, because they all know we're living in a woke world, is to continually point the finger. By the way, it wouldn't surprise me. There's a meme that goes around. I don't want to make this a Kendrick and Drake thing. I actually believe it. There's like this saying that says, Kendrick is Kendrick is actually the person who he's accusing Drake of being. And I actually think that's true. The people who constantly are always pointing, he's a predator. That's most of Kendrick little super supporters. I start to wonder about them. He's a predator. He's a predator. He's a predator. If you go around all day as a person, like if you're a person going around all day looking for racists, there's probably some type of smoke there that maybe you have some racist thoughts your damn self. That's just the reality of it. So does it surprise me that Anthony Fantano is hanging around a bunch of dudes who seemingly, are racist? No. Somebody had commented on this. This is good. You got to do more of these. He says, thank you for your blessing. Huh. Okay.
Oh!
These are the types of
Trayvon Martin.
It's all these fucking black names, dude. I get confused.
Whoa!
These are the types of issues that stem from hip hop getting too big. There are a lot of people who love black art and love all sorts of black shit, but do not like black people and don't really respect us as a culture at all. And you can blame people like Drake and all that stuff, and there's plenty of realistic examples of that. But there's also another side to it as well that I've always noticed, which is the white guy who supposedly likes real hip hop. You know what I mean? And he gets to decide who's black and not black enough based on the fact that he listens to Pharoah Monch and,
Bingo.
fucking, Far Side. And anybody who's not that isn't real.
Who is this guy? Chat, go get this guy. I don't know. He's the first thing that came up on Google or YouTube. Phil Risdon. Yeah, go give him a like on this video. Go give him and tell him Big Act was watching it, man. By the way, I'm glad YouTube has changed up their algorithm. They usually only bring up popular videos. Now they'll just bring up random videos with 200 views. Hopefully he could get a little boost from this.
Real hip hop. And if you don't listen to that, then you're not a real hip hop guy. And by hip hop, he means black.
He's trying to paint Drake as culturally being outside of the black experience in a way.
See, that's the thing. Ain't this the other guy? Chat, man. Ain't this the guy that was sitting with ain't this the guy that was sitting with G Herbo talking about me? Hold on, let me see. Is that him, Grand? Got him. 4K. This is the same nigga who was saying, Ak, you're a bitch for Chicago. This is what I be saying, man. He says, I'm a bitch for Chicago, right? G Herbo's sitting up there cackling. And then he invites me to come sit with him, right? He invites me to come sit with him. And then the same nigga, okay? Hold on. Come on, man. Post. Hurry up and post. The same dude, okay? This is him. This is who we beefing with here, chat. His name is Adam Friedland. He's going to tell me about Chicago. See, I need 100,000. This is y'all kings. This is y'all kings. Let me go get some liquor. This is y'all kings. This is y'all kings. I'll be back. I'm going to leave this on the screen. We got one nigga hanging out with a racist club, Fantano, and we got this other guy. This is how they coming. I'll be back. Sidebar. I do want to kick this off and say this to y'all, okay? See this little boy right here? From what I was told, Grand gave me the dossier on him. Grand, national treasure, brother. National treasure. Grand said, in case this nigga talk crazy, here's the file on him. I said, thank you, brother. I didn't even got to do the research myself. I ain't got to do what? So, check this out, chat. Apparently, Mr. Adam, the same nigga who could sit up there cackling with G Herbo telling me I should be donating, he thinks it's hilarious. 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 Now, from what I heard, this is what I heard. I'm gonna just get off of this. Okay. Now, supposedly it's an altered picture that he shared. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, anyway. Leave that there for now. Let's get back to the Fantano.
Kamala Harris
I love watching my ops getting cooked.
Was told that she's not black, and there was an outrage.
Sure.
I'm just, it's confusing to me why there wasn't a similar response by, I mean, people like yourself, or like why what happened with Drake was treated differently?
Like whether or not I was outraged that was the case.
It's kind of messed up, right?
Well, I mean, I think those were happening in two far different contexts.
Well, I mean, like Drake's like black, right?
I mean, yeah, I can't deny that.
So I mean, okay.
Look, here's the thing.
These are the perfect two guys to tell us why Drake isn't not like us. Because of course, they identify with the us more than anybody who could be a Drake fan or Drake himself. Tell us, Fantano, why is Drake black, but he's not like us? Tell us.
I'm not saying it's not faulty messaging. Like, you know, objectively speaking, like Drake's dad is black. Drake is black, you know? I think, and again, I'm just insinuating here based off what I hear on the song. I feel like for Kendrick, what he was trying to get across on the track, because when
tell us, son,
you literally talk about sort of like who he collabs with and where he goes to sort of like make these kind of cultural connections and sort of like align himself with certain segments of hip hop music. I think he's sort of displaying that.
Oh, so you're saying Kendrick more black?
As more of a cultural blackness.
I think it's a lot.
Oh, the cultural blackness. Fantano's teaching me a lot today. He's teaching me about culturally black. I like that. I like that. Anthony Fantano could teach me and the rest of y'all about culturally black. Perfect.
A lot of guys our age that are white guys that were like really getting into it, and it felt a little weird.
That was one of my issues with Not Like Us. I'm not blaming Kendrick Lamar in any way, and I know what he means as not like us because it's about being within the culture. You know what I mean? I understand his messaging. The only problem is certain fans and how
facts
they got to chant that back to another black man and dictate his blackness. If Not Like Us was just a diss track between black people, it'd still be wrong necessarily to dictate somebody's blackness, but it wouldn't be that bad. But when you have a concert full of white kids calling somebody a PDF, but also kind of suggesting that he's this like fake guy and all the undertones of it all.
Grant told me, man, get over to Akademiks TV. We've been sparking it up. I'm like, all right, hold on. You know, Akademiks TV is the best news source in the game.
YouTube career for
the whole Alex is
cornball. Is it Sunday? Cause it feels like Sunday.
Oh nah, not one of the guys. I don't think Kendrick would appreciate if he was hating on Big Barack. Now what's going on?
Raindrop, drop top. This dick ain't free. Drone strike now.
Vegan pussy, and it's like a staircase that looks like really nice.
Yo, chat. Let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. The one thing I've always seen about Anthony Fantano, and I knew this nigga is weird. I'm gonna tell you why. For better or for worse, even Trap Lord Ross. We've never seen Anthony Fantano move around at all. We don't see him go to no other platform. Nobody can say, oh, we've seen him roll up with his homies. Yo, we've seen him like there. Nowhere. This boy just stays wherever in Racistville and just does his thing. These are his friends. The nigga telling you about hip hop, this is how his homies look. At least Trap Lord Ross, I see him trying to kick it with the gangs. Not saying you need to. He's friend with Flacco. Like, you could tell he wants to be in some of these spaces. This always seemed like a nigga who ain't never want to be nowhere near hip hop, man. Other than like telling us what hip hop should sound like. Truth be told.
This is vegan pussy, and it's like a staircase going to heaven. It's like vegetarian pussies is like a rickety old staircase. It's like meat eater pussy, and like a staircase is just destroyed and trash.
I think you'd probably sway way more people to veganism with like some good dank memes. Peter says, "Do you want to have an orgy sometime?"
How many subs you got? Have you ever seen a corgi? Like, they're thick. I would totally smash them. Like, if you've ever seen, like, a...
This is a nigga telling us if King Von album is slapping. When he gives you a review of Future music, are you taking that serious?
corgi's ass, they're just like, boom, in your face. So I would pass. I mean, no, I would smash. Yeah.
You would smash.
I would smash a corgi.
Species. I'd probably get quite a few views.
Yeah.
You smashing a corgi. I'm not putting my penis in a dog.
Yeah, like,
And whatever happens after that, the animal doesn't know any better. I did a little bit of a web series called Resist, where I made fun of people who were so far onto the regressive left.
The way that Hillary Clinton's been talked about in the media is so gendered and rapidly sexist.
I was looking for ways to justify my shallow endorsement of Hillary's vagina in the 2016 presidential election. Now I know Hillary is beholden to the corporate fat cats, but hear out my reasoning here. Vagina is my childish understanding of fair...
Damn. Sexist, huh? Holy. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The little woke niggas... The woke niggas on Twitter, I think they would have defended niggas to the death. But apparently, legendary producer, The Alchemist, who's really not really a friend of mine either, but apparently he's switching up on the mandem. Let me see if I can find a tweet. He may have deleted it. Don't you worry. Man. The chat always got receipts. Don't you worry, brother. Don't you worry. I don't know if you deleted it or not, nigga. Because he's in that same cabal. Usually he's spewing the same opinion that The Alchemist would like. So let me just post it up here in case you thought you deleted it and got rid of it, buddy. Damn, chat. This wasn't on my bingo card today. But shit, thank you for who sent that donation. You see, one donation could change a whole stream. One donation. If y'all got a good topic y'all cooking up, man, hit the fucking donate button and make sure I see that bitch, man. Hit that donate button and make sure I see that goddamn thing, man. Make sure I'm posting to the right page. Am I? Yes. So Alchemist says is anybody surprised about Neil's drop? Huh? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. In conversations about race, the idea and the epitome and the cultural, dare I say, blackness conversation, this motherfucker was on Twitter calling people racist. Look, so we're surprised he's acting like this. Of course, nigga. The fuck?
Fairness and equality has me leaning towards her. The fact of the matter is, she has a uterus, and that's gonna come in handy.
Yo, Grant, did you cook this up by yourself? Oh, you're a genius. Yo, who got all these clips? Yo, when y'all cook up clips like this, holla at me, man. I'll give y'all a nice donation, man. Come on, man. This is like a great documentary.
When it comes time to run this country, uteruses make you jump faster, run higher, and think gooder.
She worked her whole life for it. I'm with her still.
And you may call me entitled, but I'll call you a racist, sexist, bigot, misogynist, homophobe, transphobe, Republican. Maybe if we called you guys more names, we would have won.
We are all from Africa! Home. So I've decided to get back in touch with my African roots. I'm not one to deny somebody their racial identity, but if black people have an opening, I'd like to apply. If someone black is watching this video, put in a good word for me.
I'm literally shaking. I'm literally shaking. I can't even yell. Resist Donald Trump, baby. Because we literally just elected literally Hitler as the president of the entire States of America to be the current year, the year of the Hill Dog. Look at this electoral map over here. Textbook fascism. And I don't care if a textbook says different.
Points of view other than mine trigger me!
If you would shut the fuck up!
apologies to anyone who was offended by my last video. I beg you, please.
Provocative, sort of crude.
He is here, internet's busiest music nerd, and in case you haven't noticed, I'm getting torn apart on Twitter, which is nothing new for me personally, but the discourse seems to have reached a fever pitch that's making a lot of people concerned and angry and even thinking I'm covertly a racist, bigoted person.
Overtly, brother.
Now, these are the same sorts of allegations that I have fought against and won before, and I'm happy to do it again because and even thinking I'm covertly a racist, bigoted person. Now, these are the same sorts of allegations that I have fought against and won before.
Fader deletes an article. Oh, shit.
And I'm happy to do it again because I have nothing to hide and I know they're not true. I don't want to waste anyone's time, so let's just get straight into it. With Exhibit A, this clip right here, which has just been going absolutely viral, and here's my explanation for it. Early on in my YouTube career, I had some pretty lax views when it came to quoting the language of others, and my point of view was, what does it matter? It's not me saying it. I'm relaying a lyric or a sentiment or a point of view expressed by someone else. I'm even embarrassed to say that I don't think it was until like a few years ago that I actually changed and censored the text of this 2014 Death Grips review title. And as you can see in the comments of this video, there's even a lot of discourse and jokes flying around about me not saying the title. And at the time, this sort of thing left me feeling like this is more or less a moral gray area. I extended this attitude into other pieces of content I have made.
Oh, wow. So, Mr. I could judge your whole soul, your upbringing, your moral capacity from maybe you saying something that was regrettable, or maybe the timing of the ecosystem that's now looking at it now feels it's reprehensible. You could say, oh, hey, times change, I'm different, but it only applies to you.
Made like this one, where it is also clear I am quoting someone even in the tightly edited state this clip has been presented in. And the reason I'm doing so is to voice disagreement with calling people racial and homophobic slurs as a bit, which is what the original content creator I was quoting was doing. And he himself has since apologized for this whole era of his career, but I'm not getting deeper into the weeds than that because this video isn't about him. Because the fact of the matter is I should have and could have just censored myself while pointing this behavior out. But unfortunately, my position left me feeling kind of nonchalant because it's not the words themselves, but the sentiment of them that's being expressed that's truly disgusting. And sure, while that is true on some level, explicitly quoting him was in bad form and just unnecessary. I would have still gotten my point across and done so without upsetting anybody had I taken that approach. And I feel this way now because of an important realization I only made after tons and tons of people were watching.
Yeah, you made the realization that, you know, again, and I understand this of content creators because I understand things you do while you're a small creator or while you feel like everybody isn't scrutinizing every word, you may have just said nonchalantly, not maybe having all the way of this is how I completely feel and I'm building my entire empire upon these type of things. And then when you're now a big creator and people are now nitpicking every part of your life, and by the way, sir, nobody knows nothing about you. Everybody knows everything about my life. They nitpick everything about my life left, right, and center. And I don't get to do this, what you're doing. What you're doing here is beautiful. But I don't get to do it. They just look at me and just chalk it up as, you're a piece of shit.
That I don't make content just audience, and I can't dictate what anyone watching may or may not find harmful or offensive. No more than with a review, I can dictate what music you do or don't like. So I would rather err on the side of caution and not hurt anyone by explicitly voicing language that doesn't exist in a vacuum, even if I am quoting it. And that's actually been my approach for a very long time now. I mean, this clip may be new to you, but It's actually almost 10 years old. If this was ever something I made a regular habit of doing, believe me, you'd be seeing more examples than this. All I can do is take ownership of having quoted these words in this way, and obviously say that I'm sorry, which I am in fact sorry about this. Now, there are going to be some people watching this video who will say, no, that's not enough. I know you're a racist. I saw a clip of you laughing at Trayvon Martin's death, which I guess this is the clip.
Vegan invited me to an event that taught me about PETA's buying guide / neoliberal whiteness and Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Dude, fuck Trayvon. I was thinking Trey Melvin. I had a big thing with Trey Melvin.
Which I will agree, that doesn't look good. But believe it or not, the way this clip has been presented is a lie, and it's been heavily edited too. First off, I gotta say, the Drunken Peasants podcast where I was appearing in that...
Oh. Now y'all care about edits. Now y'all care about context. Oh, okay.
Clip is explicitly not a right-wing podcast. While, yeah, it's true the show has featured a pretty wild range of guests over the years and the humor tends to run a bit edgy, they also regularly make fun of right-wingers, alt-right psychopaths, and the president. And in this clip that you just saw, I'm reading a super chat that is on the screen that was sent in by a viewer of the show. And the reason I'm jumping into reading it is that partially it is a dig at me, because on the show it's not exactly a secret that I'm an openly liberal vegan. And from there, here is what actually happens.
A vegan invited me to an event that taught me about PETA's buying guide / neoliberal whiteness and Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Dude, fuck Trayvon. I was gonna.
You're such an.
I was gonna say Trey Melvin, but it's no Trayvon Martin.
Man,
totally
you're
different.
so. You know what, Jeff? You're so right wing.
As you can see there, that is not the clip that is getting passed around. In this original clip, Jeff Holiday there on the podcast doesn't even finish his sentence. He apparently gets Trayvon Martin mixed up with someone else entirely.
Stop it, bro. Yo, Anthony Fantano, if you're gonna take accountability, take fucking accountability, nigga. Your white little racist friend knew damn well you don't mix up Trayvon Martin, one of the biggest, his name is one of the biggest names when it comes to this new revolution about the inequities about how black and brown people get treated and how their cases are treated, not only in the media, but definitely treated by in a court of law. You don't get his name. Who the fuck is Trey Melvin? Stop it, man. You know, your racist friend was just, he's trying to make a joke, but he cut it. It's like me, using the joke, but I'm having a Freudian slip, but not really, and I'm acting like I cut myself off. That's what was happening, brother. You know it's true.
Entirely. And I even call him a moron.
Come on, bro. Y'all having a good old time, man. This the country club, man.
Because that is obviously something a fucking moron would communicate. So,
yo, I can't believe he think we stupid. This is why, you see, I love white people, but I hate the white people that think we black people stupid. Brother, the thing was him saying Trayvon's name and stopping like it was a mistake, and because he didn't want to have a full conversation about it, it was just a joke. He heard what they were talking about. There's no mistake of Trayvon Martin's name. And here's the thing, you sat by and idly just like chuckled, even though you did say the moron part, I'm giving you that. But y'all were having a good time. You know why? All that pro-blackness shit and all that you on Kendrick's cock shit that you doing now, you wasn't standing on no business then. You was kicking it with the racist. You were letting them say whatever, and you were chuckling right along. These days, I see you on Twitter busting a blood vessel anytime you see something that you could stand on a woke platform about. That's the problem. You see how you let this roll off your shoulder and you ain't say nothing, but you be busting a blood vessel on Twitter trying to call everybody out because they're pieces of shit and you're the good guy? Stop it.
So, voila, that's actually what happened in that clip. With all that being said, I realized a long time ago that I really do need to be careful about who I talk to.
Yeah, you should probably not talk to racists, brother.
What platform I appear on publicly, because in the eyes of the wrong person, any association or appearance can be read as a deep tie or an endorsement of an idea that I don't.
Oh, like when y'all said that because I took millions from Rumble, which I still stream on, right? Without a deal. I don't have a deal with Rumble right now. I still stream on it. I want to stream as many platforms as I can. I stream on Kick. I stream everywhere. Remember, y'all said that I was a alt-right hip-hop commentator who was sent to destroy hip-hop. That's what y'all talked about with associations when it came to me. I looked at Rumble as just a fucking platform. They actually told me, don't speak about politics, just do your hip-hop shit. But that's how y'all talked about me. You were one of them. So now you're understanding associations, but you're not understanding with yourself. But you never understood with me. Okay, cool. I got you.
Don't fucking agree with. Like, for example, if I did a stream with this guy tomorrow.
You trying to shoot back at me? No, nigga. It's your turn in the sun. Nobody gives a fuck about it afterwards. The nicely edited tight clip pause of, yo, you said this? Why'd you say it? That's all people care about. You let your racist friend say fuck Trayvon? You chuckled? We don't give a fuck about context no more. We're playing by the rules you created, Anthony Fantano. This is what you and your little cohorts have created. Don't try to deflect. And this is the most disgusting part of what you do. When I'm talking about when it's my day to get cooked, and listen, it's always, listen. What I always say, when y'all dig out, we'll always dig too. There's always going to be your day, and it's never over. There's going to be my day again. And it's going to be your day again too. It's about how you deal with it. And I've been there enough times that I'm understanding a little bit. What you definitely don't do is deflect to somebody else. Oh, I'm not that bad. I'm not this guy. Shut up. Are you apologizing or are we catching a fade, pussy?
Understandably think that I endorse the idea of having sexual conversations with underage boys, and I don't. So while I know that nobody owes me their forgiveness and I can't control what everyone thinks about me, I'm going to continue to do my best to make sure that I'm not sending across the wrong idea, especially considering a lot of the music I review and endorse on a regular basis deals in some pretty heavy and serious topics that I would be completely
a lot of word salad, not enough accountability. Anthony Fantano, just know this is the world that lacks context, that looks at people in extremities as racists, pedophiles, rapists, murderers, embezzlers, any of some of the worst things you could think about, sex traffickers. You people take the tiniest bit of clips or whatever, and you say that. You're one of the people who have basically helped echo this idea or this false narrative that Drake, because of very loose-based, sometimes out of context things that would, in a narrated to your agenda way, would suggest maybe he is. But y'all don't even say that's what y'all doing. Y'all say it like it's a matter of fact type of thing. So when it happens to you, enjoy your time in the sun. It's your time, and we have now deemed you're a racist. You've deemed a lot of people as something else. You're a racist. Why should we have further conversation about that? You never afforded anybody, Drake, me, nobody else, with the idea of, well, hold on, let's give this person, at least I'm watching your fucking, this is not even an apology video, this is an explanation video. Apology video is like, yes, I'm sorry, I did that, I shouldn't have done it. That's what apology means. Remember, I always say, never apologize for something you do twice. An apology says, yes, I did it, I ain't gonna do it again. I'll tell you where the apology part of my video was. I said, listen, I could sit here and say the context is this and that and the third, but at the end of the day, I should never put myself in that position. I'm gonna do better. I'm looking for the apology. I ain't get it yet.
opposition to were I a bigoted weirdo. But as much as this is a principle of mine, I would also like to be spared the headache of just some freak trying to frame me disingenuously and make it seem like I'm okay with a child being killed by a racist vigilante, which is where the most truly aggravating thing about this whole situation comes up.
Well, here's the thing. Why you ain't denounce it then? Why you ain't denounce it then? You know the interesting part about people like Anthony Fantano? Their views and their soapboxing acquiesces to who they're around. When they're around in racist white chat media, they allow or they chuckle towards racist anti-black jokes. When they're around and they've now been seemingly given a temporary pass to be in the circles of very woke pro-blackness, they call out everybody. Do you see how in one setting they're passive and seemingly jovial? Oh shit, you just said fuck Trayvon. Oh, that's hilarious. They even said fucking black people away. Oh, that's funny. No calling out. But now when you're given the temporary pass to be in the pro-black wokeness club, you're calling out everybody. You don't see how that code switch might be problematic, brother? You don't see why you should apologize? You're not keeping the same energy. You let one thing fly, but now you... Okay.
Because we currently live in a time where between ICE, between our current president who got in the position where he is after saying that Haitian immigrants are going to eat your pets, white supremacy is like really at a fucking peak right now. And because of that, it's vitally important that when things are being called out...
Oh, let me guess, you're going to say, I'm the ally. No, I'm on your side, guys. I've been on your side this whole time. Even though before when you guys, when to keep it real, white supremacy is not all-time high, my nigga. Okay? If we're talking about this idea of white supremacy, if you tell me that racial tension is higher now in America than when Trayvon Martin lost his life, you are out of your fucking mind. So now you could say, oh yeah, I'm anti that. But why you ain't say it then? That's when I know black people, whether it was Black Lives Matter or anybody else, that kind of got stronger after George Floyd. People were looking for white voices that were allies. You seem like you were the ally that was laughing with the niggas making fun of the jokes or fun of the people. So I like how the thing with somebody like Anthony Fantano, and I think this is how he's gotten, I don't think he has a good ear for music at all. At all. I think he's just like the majority of people, biased, and he has a point of view, and whatever he particularly likes from his biasness, not objectively, he gives high ratings. And if he has something against you, he doesn't. He doesn't like Drake. Drake is distant to me. Drake will never get a good rating from him comparatively in what he should get. But people like him showcase sometimes the stupidity of an audience. His ability to word salad, use 3 or 4 syllable words, and seemingly put together what is a complicated string of words that might eloquently showcase a complex train or pattern of thought, people call that person smart. Oh, you're very smart for that. They usually take, because we think you're smart, we think you're right. It's very interesting how speech really just fools people. Like, you could say the wrong thing, but in a very eloquent way, and you start speaking above the head of some people who just can't keep up, and they're like, this guy got to be right, because if he's that shrewd or smart or witty with using his language, why would he not use his language to tell us the truth? But those are the people who usually use their language to distract from the truth and to usually move the goalposts and gaslight, like Anthony Fantano.
As legitimately racist, that those accusations actually mean something. But I guess instead what some people would rather do is water down the impact of that, deceptively edit clips to make it look like I like it when children are killed.
Thank you for posting that on the Insta, man. I'm telling you, there's nobody bigger than the chat, man. My nigga Grant, he holding it down. Thank you, Grant. I don't know how you came up with this thing. I love Grant. As soon as there's a new op identified, Grant will be like, don't even respond to this. Hold on. Give me 48 hours. Nigga come back with the treasure trove of evidence. Oh my God, what is this? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, he cheated on his 4th grade homework. I ain't gonna lie, he stole out of his mama purse. Yo, he did this. Yo, he actually, like, yo, he subscribed. It's all good. Got you out of here. Perfect. Now, let's get to